Sisters, brothers, friends, last week I shared our summer worship plans up through Labor Day weekend. Today, I will share our plans for worship, for programming beyond worship, and for building use during our fall semester, which runs from Rally Sunday on September 13 through the end of our calendar year. As with our plans for summer, our plans for fall 2020 are firmly grounded in CDC protocols, Illinois' Phase 4 protocols, common sense, and our concern for safety, both for those who enter our church building and equally for those with whom we interact beyond our church building. Recent spikes around the country in COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, and deaths confirm that the coronavirus remains an active threat. It doesn't conform to our wishful thinking. It doesn't give us a pass for making a good effort most of the time, nor does it forgive us for lapses in our adherence to proven health and public safety measures. It's blindly opportunistic, highly transmissible, and it demands our vigilance, diligence, and patience, both individual and collective. Grounded in Christ's holistic love, Winnetka Congregational Church will approach this profound and ongoing challenge as we have prior challenges. We will be well-informed, wise, and willing to adjust to the facts, not as we might understandably wish them to be, but as they are. The same 5 factors that drove our summer worship plans also drove our plans for the fall. Those factors are safety, quality of worship experience, quantity of people reached, the work and resources required for a given form of worship, and the overall sense of connection that a given form of worship can cultivate. As with our summer planning, our goal was to discern the best possible solution given all the facts. For Sunday worship, what we might call our prime weekly service, the solution that affords us the safest, highest quality, and most robust worship experience that reaches the highest number of people and thus that promotes the greatest overall sense of connection is to continue with our virtual format for fall 2020. Our weekly spiritual enrichment sessions, which precede Sunday worship, and our church school offerings will also be virtual. All of us share the wish that we could be together on Sunday mornings in person. But until that is feasible, I hope that you will join me, our staff and church leadership, in embracing, even in celebrating, the rich potential for these virtual services and offerings to engage, nourish, inspire, and connect us to God, to one another, and to the world we serve in Christ's name. Our staff and lay leaders alike are already hard at work to ensure a fall semester which we can be proud of and which the Spirit can gladly enter into and animate as only she can. We all share a keen desire to be together in person and more specifically to be able to worship in our sanctuary. The scope and complexity of Sunday services does not allow for that, but a smaller scale, more intimate service would. As such, this fall we are excited to introduce a live, in-person worship service on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. This midweek service will feature prayer, instrumental music, no choral singing, readings, and sacred silence. It will work within all the necessary safety protocols without feeling constrained by them. We will provide an easy way for you to sign up to attend this service, which will be capped at 50 people minus the number of staff involved. We'll also provide an easy way for you to submit prayers, joys, concerns, or questions beforehand, which will be then woven into that midweek service. As noted earlier, our larger program offerings, such as the spiritual enrichment programs that will premiere on Sunday mornings before worship, will be virtual. Smaller scale offerings will be provided or permitted as safety protocols allow. Regarding building use for the fall, our Executive Director of Operations, Patty Van Cleve, has convened a working group to develop and disseminate our building use policy. This able team comprises both staff and laity and includes a licensed physician. This policy will be guided by science, common sense, and our commitment to ensure everyone's safety. It will be clear-cut and clearly posted. Your church leadership, staff, and I invite you to embrace and abide by these safety protocols, not as a nuisance, but instead as a material expression of our Christian care for one another and our broader community. COVID-19 is not a cause for gratitude or celebration. As a challenge, it is as profound, painful, and historic as they come. And as we navigate this pandemic, we must never lose sight of all those who have lost security, hope, health, or even lives. And yet, this pandemic, with all its gravity and disruption, also presents an opportunity, a profound and sacred opportunity, one that invites and inspires us to reground ourselves in what truly matters, to refortify our faith and to reimagine how we can be church. That is to say, how we can be Christ's resurrected and resurrecting body for such a time as this. Let us name our losses, our disappointments, yes, but then let us turn with equal vigor to embrace what is the case, and then even more to newly imagine what can be in Christ. The Israelites wandered in the wilderness for 40 years on their path to the Holy Land. Blessedly, the wilderness of this pandemic does not promise to last nearly that long, but it does promise to be for us, if we will allow it, what it was for those early ancestors of our faith, a time when our identity, our values, and our faith in God are renewed and reforged for years to come. I give thanks for each of you, for our staff, and for all that is ahead, knowing that Christ is both for us and with us every step of the way. God's peace, and amen.